Now that we've gone through the essential and optional equipment that you'll need, let's dive a little bit deeper into the environment or setting that you're filming in. When it comes to the environment, there's really two main options, indoors and outdoors. Each has their pros and cons, and we'll discuss those in a moment, but generally it's a good idea to figure out what environment is most relevant and natural to you and the information or topic that you're discussing. Of course, it wouldn't make much sense for me to do this video production course on the beach, unless I happen to be doing a specific video about shooting on the beach. So you'll have to decide what setting seems most natural to you, but there are definitely some things to consider if you're going to be shooting outdoors. Of course, the weather, the natural elements that you might have to deal with, like sunlight. At certain times of the day, the sun can be very intense and bright and can create very high contrast on your face if you aren't properly positioned where you're getting the sunlight directly coming at you. If the sun is behind you, for example, the sky will be very bright, but your face and yourself will be much darker. So these are things that you'll have to take into account if you're going to be shooting outdoors. The weather could also potentially affect the location that you want to shoot in or how long you have to shoot. So that's something that you'll have to take into consideration when you go to shoot outdoors. Indoors is, well, I think much better because you can have more control over the elements and the environment. Though you do need additional lighting to properly light yourself or your scene, having that control of the look that you can create indoors or the setting that you can put yourself in, I think gives much more flexibility and variety. And also, shooting indoors, you can make your own schedule. You're not at the mercy of the sunlight or at certain times of the day what the weather conditions are. You can really make your own schedule of when it's convenient for you. Also, you can completely change the environment that you're in. You can have different environments. For example, right now, I'm shooting behind these red curtains that I've hung up on my stand. And these provide a nice, elegant background for my video. In fact, I even put those clip lights like I showed in the last video, the very inexpensive clip lights that you can get at any home improvement store. And by shining them on the curtain, I've given a little bit of texture and warmth to the background. So on video, it creates a nice, elegant background, and you really have no sense that I'm shooting in my messy garage. So let's go a little bit further and discuss some different options for backgrounds that can really transform the look of your video production. So in this case, I've used some velvet curtains that are actually drapes for windows, but I've had these for a long time, and I like them as a background option because I hang them on this frame, and I can put them anywhere. They're nice, easy to set up. They do wrinkle a little bit, but if I leave them up overnight, then a lot of the wrinkles will fall out. And oftentimes, because of the texture of them, the way they bunch up and have these nice little ripples in them, the wrinkles often don't show up as much and aren't as noticeable. Also, I've used two of these clip lights like I showed yesterday that I've just hung up on the frame. I've just clipped to the frame that the curtains are hanging from, and just by positioning these a little bit away from the curtains so they're spilling on, I get this nice kind of textured diagonal look. If I turn this one on over here as well, it creates a nice wash just to warm up the curtains a bit, and it provides a very nice backdrop setting for me to shoot against that really transforms the space that I'm in.